Ignorance is where the darkness sleeps. In the shadows where the silence creeps. Ignorance is where the darkness sleeps. A seed that's sown in the hearts and minds grows thicker as the times go by. Roots of ignorance deep in the ground. With every whisper they echo around. But together we can rise, we can break through the chains. We can work the knowledge, we can fight the lies. Let the truth be our game. Don't raise a child with the force of a storm. Guide them with laughter, let their hearts warm. Showing them the paths where the spirits can soar. Each mind a canvas, let them play and explore. Roots of ignorance deep in the ground. With every whisper they echo around. But together we can rise, we can break through the chains. We can work the knowledge, we can fight the lies. Let the truth be our game. Question, ask, a light in the dark, fueling the flames, igniting the spark. Hold them close, teach them to dream, teach them to do. In this world of wonders, teach them to be free to think the new. Roots of ignorance deep in the ground. With every whisper they echo around. Don't teach them to accept the ignorance, it will be the downfall. Teach them the nature as it is, not what it could be. Nature has no tongue to speak, has the body that talks the truth. Hold them close, teach them to dream, teach them to do the right thing. In this world of wonders, teach them to be free to think the new. So let's break the silence, let's shatter the ignorance. Wisdom as our weapon, we open those doors. Let ignorance fade, let the truth in, let your mind be free. Teach them the nature as it is, not what it could be. Hold them close, teach them to dream, teach them to do the right things. In this world of wonders, teach them to be free to think the new. So let's break the silence, let's shatter the ignorance. Wisdom as our weapon, we open those doors. Let ignorance fade, let the truth in, let your mind be free. Teach them the nature as it is, not what it could be. Hold them close, teach them to dream, teach them to do the right things.
Yay! Yes, indeed. I wish I had a teacher who was telling me all this stuff when I was 4 years old. Anyways, welcome everyone. Good evening. Happy Thursday. As we got like our weeks are getting close to the week 52 of emailing. Pretty interesting. Well, you see on my screen, right? All right, let me just check, see if actually my audio is on the good level, as some of my previous videos being very slow, and I do apologize for them if that is my fault. Let me just check. All right, I think everything is streaming well. Hi Barb, good to see you. Good evening, good afternoon, and good midnight someplace in the world, as we have a No Limit Emails family members all over the globe. Literally, there is not a single country that is left, we do not have users. Literally, there are some places that is not possible to do the emailing, but because of no limit emails, they are, guys. And we are happy about that, because really our goal is to democratize email and human communication for all, for better and for improvement of ourselves as when we are here, and well as leave something good for everybody else after us, at least can look into it and see if something useful there for them to utilize. And that being said, as it is festive time of the year, once more I really thank you guys, and also been really very surprising, guys, comparison literally 2 years ago. But this year has been pretty insane. Yeah, like we getting quite a lot of interest, and we getting signed up some really decent businesses, and we are so pleased about that. And people finding out, obviously, something what we are doing is a bit different than what everyone used to, including ourselves for many years, and people start catching on, and that means really good news, and also really is better time in a world as we see things are changing, and hopefully things are will swing for better for a while. So I think society overall, including ourselves, kind of like weathering the storm for quite a few years now, especially in economical sense, and we try to do something about it, and we try to do something about it totally legitimately. That is the business, the people who involved in it, almost basically own part of it even more than myself, genuinely. So like our affiliates are more partners, basically bigger shareholders than myself, which is pretty nice to say, which is not many people that who create products could really say that. And I'm personally proud what we are done so far, but it's just starting, guys. But we know everything is changing and everything shifting to favor of the email and the landscape of the internet. We already know that. We already have like really capacity to kind of like hold quite a lot of kind of people and help a lot of people. And also we proven to kind of our current members as well as challenge kind of conquerors, email conquerors we should call them, really, because it's just been amazing, and we will talk a little bit about that obviously on this coming Sunday as a group live, and we will kind of stream it once more on this channel, and if we can kind of have a decent enough connection and setup, probably we will dual stream it maybe to LinkedIn too. LinkedIn is not much that promise, guys, but definitely we can be on our live rooms, which is Hangout room I will be in a minute. Currently has a admin rules, which is we love it. But if you're a serious person, not going to troll us, and you want to talk to us, all you have to do is knock and get accepted. And when you get accepted to the room, make sure that you introduce yourself, or at least tell us like where you came from. Did you came there by YouTube? Did somebody send you there? Did you got there by email that I personally sent, or one of our members sent? Generally, just you have a minute to introduce yourself. And because there's a serious room, we are serious people, we are doing serious things, and of course, we want to be helpful. Everyone that comes in there with basically right mind, and also really right question to ask us, and also introduce themselves, what you guys are doing, and see if you can actually help us to grow, and see if we can help you to grow, and see what you have, what you bring on the table, and be open and talk about it and show us. And unlike just how we are doing things, how we are showing you what we are doing, and just one of those rooms, you can do that. And of course, and we are live every single night, and then obviously January things will change a little bit better for European kind of people, well as Asian, because literally we will do a double stream instead of one, and I hope you get ready for that. So I am getting kind of like stocked up with a coffee and a Red Bull. Hopefully like we get a little bit better. and do this dual streams. And obviously, we already I tested myself. I think I got used to it now. Like becomes like really addiction. If 10 o'clock I'm not live, look like I lost something, which is good feeling to have. And genuinely am excited to come live and have a chat and obviously connect with everyone that we personally love and serve, and of course listen and listen to your feedbacks and obviously uh, answer your requests, and as well as like the things that we share and work together. It's just been absolutely amazing. I can't really put it in words, guys, to be honest. The amount of stuff that has been happening since the challenges. Obviously, before challenges, as you know, we still had a Facebook group and all that, but wasn't this active. Like, really, like I was streaming a couple of times a week, and genuinely, Facebook wasn't pushing it anywhere, so nobody else could really see us. Luckily, slowly, YouTube's kind of exposing us gently. So because of basically amount of content I'm doing, and also the content that we are doing, basically is true raw content without edited, and that's probably like many people will find later down the road is pretty interesting when it comes to the email marketing, the tools we set up, and what I'm doing as a case study, just pure cold emailing. And obviously all that history is important, and not just for us, for all of our affiliates and people that represent us can showcase that. And it's free basically for everybody, that you can use that content totally free, because literally the stuff I'm doing on this channel and always selected kind of standard rights of YouTube, anyone in the world can use, as long as kind of like don't copy us, try scam people by copying our voices and stuff with AI, and that's happening. And I just, before we get into that, I really want to give you huge warnings, guys. Before we get into the kind of really the stream of this evening, which will be automation. We will do probably series of 5, even maybe 6 or even 7 videos on automation. So this evening we will do just tiny part of it, and tomorrow we'll do next part, and so on and so forth, because as you know, it is literally like a workflow. You have to keep doing it and building on and improving it, and which is part of the core part of the email stuff, and we will get into that. Please wait just towards a little bit towards the end, and we will do that, and it's going to be pretty short. And also you guys can snip that out of this video if you want to just that part somewhere, that you can compile a new list of kind of short tutorial type of thing. Hopefully you guys like that, and of course you can relabel them the way you like them, and also repost them in your own channels, basically to expose a little bit more quality of no limit email content. And of course you can actually record your own dash, especially when you have active system and you are in and you're doing your emailing. And I'd love to see some videos from you guys. I'd love to see some new review from the year down the road type of thing, or 6 months down the road type of thing, experience, short videos from you guys. To also, if you do those things, guess what's going to happen? And I will be adding them to this long emails that we've been sending out for most of the affiliate links that everyone sent to me. So everyone also who's really not able to reach out to me on Facebook, guys, I'm still in the chat. If you add me and stuff, I'll probably kind of answer you. If it's not, my lovely wife will answer and will let me know. But I really don't know, guys, if I will ever get my Facebook back, or even ever get back to the Facebook. So I really don't know yet. What happened to me is, as you know, I'm one of those guys. When somebody does wrong to me, guys, that's it. It's over. And Facebook done wrong to me not just one, a couple of times now, and that be probably like be over for them, because I am the guys sending the social media traffic, not they are sending me traffic, guys. I'm not joking about that, and you can see my dash every single day. I'm adding links to Facebook, or links to I don't know, whatever social media I'm using currently, LinkedIn. But generally I'm sending them traffic not they are sending me the traffic, and you can see that. So I really don't need them when it comes to the traffic, but that's another issue. Obviously, it's not happening in my end, guys. It's just Facebook internally, they got compromised and they lost, as you know, the story. I don't have to kind of say that in here, but genuinely it's kind of a bit difficult now to get any traffic from any sites, guys. Social media, Facebook, you name it, Twitter, you name it, Google, as you know, zero click things coming in, and they are all using this loop thing, and basically gonna be very, very hard for everybody who is in the internet to generate really some kind of traffic. And obviously it's gonna be expensive if you really want the internet traffic, which is mainly going to become a paid. Yesterday's stream, after stream, me and Chris was talking, we were looking some of those kind of click per click what you will be paying if you just try to promote keyword with the email marketing. 30-40 bucks, cheapest probably 20 bucks or 10 bucks a click. So it's going to be excellent super year for email. It's literally email reborn year is year 2025, guys, especially awakening of AI and this looping thing. And the only way that you're gonna get real human traffic is gonna be the email. And that's why already Google kind of expressing lots of stuff within the email, because they want to loop people within the Gmail too, to keep you there in the ecosystem, to not go anywhere else with basically, unless you clicked on a link that is partnered partnered kind of companies with Google. Like, you know, you do it already, you can see it and it's already changed. So that's mean it's huge opportunity for growth in email field, because it's only field that is truly global, that is truly can be a literally lifesaver. And for us it is. And I've been showcasing to you guys last, I don't know, 3.5 years, every single day doing the case study on cold email, doing daily emails. You've seen actually the system that we set up is absolutely, it's gonna be one of the golden gate systems that has ever been created in the world. And I'm not saying this by joke, I'm saying this by evidence of my own experience within the tool. And that is kind of as a just user uploading daily and sending emails, guys. I personally never experienced any system like this before, and that's why we created it, because it literally didn't exist. And if you're in it, you know what we are talking about. And if you took the challenges, you also know what we are talking about. We took the domains from zero, literally, the truth, 00, to send million emails in 30 days and plus. And not just that, like, literally, those domains end up having more than 1 million email contacts, basically uploaded and verified and email sent to. I mean, Doug is in the chat, Barbara's in the chat, probably Thomas and probably Chris is, and you guys know the truth. And the truth is, what has come out of my mouth is the truth, what I'm showing you, what we are talking about, and what you're experiencing with us, especially if you are with us and you see how actually system works. Of course, first 30 days of doing these challenges, to prove the world the system works, doesn't matter who it is, where it is, and doesn't matter what kind of leads you throw in, it just works. And that's how we are kind of like talking and doing, as you can see my screen right now. I logged in. So, as usual, I'd like to thank you, really few of you, actually quite kind of surprising, join No Limit emails, guys. As you know, we've been busy chatting back and forth with you guys, and I really appreciate you if you watch this video. I do really kind of like personally do not take the trust that you put in me. I really don't take that for granted. And please make sure that you provide us the domain that you want to use. As usual, once more, warning and friendly tip: do not use your main domain. Do not send us your cPanel login. Do not send us your server login. We don't work that way. All we want you to do is create a brand new Cloudflare account, if that's what you want, if you already don't have one. And if you have one and you have lots of domains and things in there, just go and make another one or new one, If you are a little bit kind of like basically on the edge on the security side of things, as you don't know, that's quite logically. I personally understand that. I get that. But really, make a brand new account and just add the domain you want to use, and make sure even you don't have to have the hosting for that domain. Long as you pay your registration, and long as you have access to it, so you can face the DNS to the Cloudflare, you're good to go. Literally, that domain doesn't have to have any contact, any page, anything exist on it, and I will show you exactly that. And if you go to this kind of like domain that I'm using, I will show you just a second, and you will see what I mean. So literally, whole idea is never risk your existing reputation and existing brand, or never risk that, because if you're going to use for mass email stuff, but if you're going to use genuinely for your own email list that you have within your business, guys, that's different scenario, which is you can, and but you still have to follow our guidelines. You still have to warm up for that 30 days. Otherwise, literally, things get messy and becomes a problematic, and we figure things out and how we follow things. And long as you follow kind of like that primitive, the numbers that we send you, and you follow closely, you don't have to be exact what we said, but odd up, odd down from this kind of numbers, you should be good to go. And the reason for that is obviously everything's new. We set everything up, and it's just literally requires some time for that specific communication channel start introducing itself to the wider world, and obviously starting with good reputation. And that's why we try to do that, so you have basically a good reputation to start off with, and when you scale up as a kind of normal, what we've seen over a period of time, you can drop a little bit your reputation, but generally you can rebuild this back up. It's just a matter of time, and also a matter of basically you continue and being persistent and consistent using the email and not letting go dormant for too long and getting in sending a million emails. So you don't do that. So what you want to do is basically feed the machine all the time, just bit by bit, and grow your numbers and grow the way that you want, and also the amount of numbers you want, especially depending on the counts that you have. Of course, we will be there with you and doing it with you, and you can make your live room yourself. Invite us. You can join us one of the live rooms that we have. You can join us basically our sports room. You can basically join me in my personal room. Vice versa, you can reach out to us basically on Facebook, Telegram, you name it, YouTube, on LinkedIn, even on Instagram. Guys, I really don't use that much. If you're sending me messages, I'm ignoring, guys. Meta, really, I just don't want to waste my time with that company in anymore, or any sense. Like, really, 1 second is important for me to be with you guys than be on Facebook or whatever. So you get the idea. And that being said, please make sure that you reach and connect with us, and also check your email, because we will send only 1 or 2 emails to you period of your basically life with us, having an account. We send you basically login details and maybe some updates, 1 or 2 emails, and after that we never send email to you, and we never send any promotional email to our members ever. So if somebody's try to pretend to be us, make sure you are very vigilant with the emails that you're receiving, because can be tiny thing different. They try to spoof you, and be aware of that kind of stuff, and just be vigilant. And also, if you have obviously active system with us, make sure you really don't auto save your password, guys, especially on a browser, because it's very easy now today's world. You get browser hijacked and you will lose everything, including your banks and things like that. Just be careful out there, because it is really dangerous, kind of like minefield of bad things going on in the internet of the things. But we got you back when it comes to the email, guys. We are safe as can be, and we've been proving that over the years, and so far everything is kind of really better than Fort Knox, genuinely speaking. And I'm pretty happy with the conditions are being set, and we will continue basically like do better and better as times grow, as basically time go by, technology change, and tactic of the other guys change, and we also kind of basically not taking our foot off the pedal, so to speak. We are vigilant on kind of that side of stuff too. Of course, we have to have some knowledge, guys, to create this kind of systems, and that knowledge is important. And you all who have the system gets direct benefit of it, and you all know literally stability, delivery, security. Literally, these are the main core, basically principles. We will never kind of really ignore them, neglect them, and we are basically on the bottom, as you all know. If you have the system few years, you know what I'm just saying is fact and truth. And that's been said. Welcome to the family, and we are so happy that you're gonna have a brand new year with great tool and great gift for yourself in your business. Of course, we give to the whole world free live tool too for everyone to use, and including ourselves. Obviously, if you use in your room, one small tip, friendly warning, and if you make in a public room, make sure that you can activate your lobby mode, so don't get trolled from the internet, guys. We all gonna get trolled off the internet, just given, but you have control to kind of prevent it, and that's basically where we at. So that being said, congratulations to a couple of you with released accounts, and once more we have met face to face and talk face to face, guys. We understand some of you doesn't want to be in a social, most of you don't want to be kind of even in any of our publicities. We respect that privacy, guys. We really withhold your privacy wholeheartedly, basically, like just like our own. And that's why we created the live tool that basically just doesn't collect anybody's data and anything. But when it comes to data, we also want to prevent anyone else stealing our own data, and especially when it comes to the email data, which is very important, and is going to be even more important really next few years. And you will see the price of basically email, everything related to email is just going to go crazy, guys. Literally, I'm not financial advisor, but this is like all the indicators heading that way. And we also I already kind of doing quite a bit of in-depth research on this kind of area, and I see a lot of kind of huge money going towards that kind of line of things, especially when it comes to the email. But really, no one else in the world has a system like No Limit Emails, guys. And I'm not saying this just because I am the one of the creator and founder, guys. I'm saying this just based on my own experience with the tool, and also knowing what is really in the back end of it. And it's just back end of it, lots of it is secret sources, guys. We can't give it to people in the public, but genuinely it's just there has never been a kind of email communication tool ever like this. And the proof is in the pudding, guys. Genuinely, last 3 years you watching my screen, what I've been doing is live, and the system is actually live and does exactly what we're doing. It's not like really little loopholes, joke or something. So that being said, congratulations, and once more, as you have two great gifts from No Limit Emails team, and I really appreciate everyone who's using it, and everyone who uses it even live for free. Once more, thank you, and I hope it helps you basically to get a little bit of corner of the internet that you always wanted to be under your control without anyone being your boss. And that is democratizing basically live connection on the internet, and especially in IoT, Internet of Things. Now we become Internet of Things ourselves. We don't have to have a dependency literally on third parties, and that's mean you have a separate network, almost breaking away from the norms. Obviously we still use the infrastructure of the net, but now we can do things that is really under our own control, not dependence on anything else. And that is kind of really where everyone wants. Like literally, I want a piece of my own privacy. I want a piece of real estate of the internet that works for me, and I want a piece of real estate that I can control. I want a piece of real estate that I can reach out many millions of people without getting penalized, without getting put in jail, without getting sued, without getting, like really threatened. Because generally, if you do it genuinely, do it right the way we've been doing, you should not have anything kind of happen to you, because we apply all the rules and regulations that exist out there. And of course, once more, is the most important regulation is our own heart understanding not to abuse the other person. Other person is also a human being. You can just send them one message, say one hello, and introduce yourself, and leave it to that. And that's all you can do. That's what's supposed to do. Not about going there, hey, you gotta make kind of gazillions over 20 seconds type of thing, or click here, you're gonna get rich type of crap that everyone is peddling about. But genuinely speaking, you see it every single night, every single videos. The system is guided solid as can be, but we are going to really up the game up in 2025 and beyond, guys. And what I'm saying, up the game up, once genuinely still plenty time, as onboarding we have not really changed yet, but when our corporate sites goes live, all that changes, and we are working hard on that. Eventually everything, even the affiliate part and everything else, maybe we will move it to ourselves, but maybe we'll leave it in Warrior Plus for affiliate stuff, just one page in there. But generally we'll see what happens, and the onboarding will change greatly. And of course, the people who lock their prices in now will be locked in forever. But anything after that, when we're onboarding, guess what, guys? And I am seriously warning you, if you watching this video and you heard me say this, and you don't get into the no limit emails count and create account, and when we change that, you will be out. You will not be able to neither afford to get in, or you neither gonna be in a position to send us the proof that you did 5 million in 3 years in a row, or even more. Because that's where we're heading, guys. What we're doing is not $200 product. It's $200,000 a month product, and we giving it people away for free for a few years. We try to get on board few people so they can have a chance to get back in. Long as you got account active one time or the other in this period, you're always gonna be allowed in. I personally keep my word, and that's what we keep saying. And as long as you have one active and you left us, let's say you did it 3 years ago, you had a account and you left, and you come back and you gone, and you come back and you gone, and when do we change the terms, you'll still be able to come back and go, come back and go. So you can basically see the value in here. And also, obviously, you locking yourself in this very, very low price, and when the prices goes up and you make affiliate sales, guess what? It's not going to be $100. It's going to be thousands of dollars. That's the thing. So we know what is the kind of true value of no limit emails is. And the true value of no limit emails is about literally more than 50,000 hours of coding gone into it. And if you kind of just imagine that you're only going to pay $20 an hour to really good coder and good developer, how much money that will be. Just think of that. And you all know I really don't work for anybody else. And also, if I work as a kind of consulting, or somebody kind of like hire me for an hour, literally I have not charged anyone anything less the last 12 years. Hourly rate just for myself is about $1,200. And I'm not joking. There are many people love to pay even 5 times as that, and have me 1 hour or 2 hours to code something for them. But the stuff that I personally code, you're going to have really somebody worked for Apple, or worked for Google, or worked for Facebook, or worked for Amazon, and they left. And that kind of level, even some of them probably are more qualified than them. And my partner even more qualified than myself. So we have two really good guys, and doing things what's really right. And that's the kind of key in here. So it's not about really money in the stage with no limit emails. We want to really share what we make. We are not doing this to enrich ourselves. If that was the case, I already have nearly 200 domains. I could load lots of domains up with my system, keep spreading kind of lots of emails. But that's not really what's designed to do. The design to do legitimize the person that is running legitimate business to communicate with the rest of the world. And I'm just showcasing the possibility and the power with the cold email itself. So if you are watching some of my videos and having a little bit wrong idea, or get kind of like wrong idea because you say, oh, okay, maybe this is just like he's sending cold email, it's brutal spam. No, guys, I'm not really doing the spammy things. If you see the content that I'm sending, all these emails, and as well as what I add to those emails, and also 90.9% of the emails that I'm sending is one-time email, and I do not send another email to these people. So that's the key. It's just one time. Respecting them, just say hello. If you get a reaction, it's fine. If you didn't, you move on. And you don't become like this obsessed, crazy person because you have the leads, you just gotta blast them. That's not how email's supposed to be. That's how spam happens. That's how scam happens. And that's the way we try to stay far, far away from that as possible. But we also understand there is another advantage of this as well. And also, we personally don't want to deny anyone to utilize it proper, ethically. And that's mean really data. You have billions of emails out there, and you can get many as you want, literally, long as you prepare to use it ethically, we'll support you and we'll stand by you. And that's what it is. But if you don't use it ethically, you get booted out and you'll never get back in, because that's your own reputation. If you're destroying your own reputation and making a bad name for us, guess what, guys? It's your own business, and we are supporting you behind the scene, and that's why you gotta really do it legitimately, ethically. But at the same time, do not deny yourself to get bounty that is internet really allows us, and you can utilize it legitimately. Obviously, there is a system that we can do with it, and you can see that with so many members and so many businesses we've been helping last few years, and we haven't had a single report from anyone that says they did a bad thing. And that's the kind of like place where we at, and that's why we have a actually community kind of group that we are together every single day, basically, to kind of like talk to each other about situation with email, about how we are doing, what's the kind of like really, what's the red line to not cross, and what's the kind of the always green to the gray line that you can kind of do within the obviously perimeter of a business and the rules and laws. And of course, cannot have any rules and laws if you do not have respect from the contact that you already have. But generally, if you have respect for them, you reach out to them once, maybe a year, maybe 2 times a year. That's it. You don't have to really kind of keep harassing them, literally, if you send in one email to the same list over and over, it becomes a little bit like harassment in a way. And we try to stay away from that. I personally never done that since we had no limit emails previously. Obviously, I was just in the same boat as everybody else. When you get one list, you got no choice. You're doing this because you've been put in that position to do it. But now, with our case, you don't have to, because you can have gazillions of different lists that you literally will never run out of contact. Send a new contact, say hello, who you are. Hey, I am Evan from No Limit Emails. That's it. Could you check me out? Maybe I'm the wrong person. I don't know, like something like that. You don't sell nothing. You're not going to make sales anyway if you're just pitching with cold emails. It doesn't work. That it really doesn't work. But the strategies that we applied over the period of time, it's generally cold email can work, and you can make really decent amount of lists from it. You can make decent amount of sales from it. It just have to be done genuinely for genuine reason, not really the reasons that we could imagine. Like, it's just like myself and yourself, whoever's listening. Would you like somebody keep coming and knocking your door and knocking your window, try to sell you, new car every day. You don't. And that's the thing with email, is just so, as long as we're respectable, as long as we can use it ethically, as long as we can benefit from it, long as other people that we bring in can benefit from it for good of the everyone, that is kind of way we should kind of carry on. And that being said, I do apologize holding you this much back. Let's get into the first session, and after a single pause, and we will get into the automation. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. I'm just trying to highlight things, guys, as you all know. I love you all, and I really have no intention to waste anybody's time. But there's a lot to talk about, guys, as we come into the end of the year. And cut here, and we'll get into the automation. All right, I am back. New no limit email version 5 and mautic version 5 email automation. How do you do it? Let's go ahead and start. So as few videos we've been following along, so we have all the components really in place so far to start a little bit of our automations. So we had segments, we had a page, we had a form, and now is the automation. Let's get going. Automation always starts where it says campaigns, and that tab hasn't changed, by the way, always stayed. And let's go start a new automation. Let's call this one M5 auto. I don't know, that's what we're going to go to call this automation. So we're going to literally, at this stage, we're not going to do the categories, but we're going to at least activate in here. And in here you can see you can do this automation by time, basically publish and publish times in here if you want. So you just select your dates, but if you want to run it for longer, just leave everything as it is like this. And of course leave this always no, so the contacts, when somebody sign up through the form, doesn't reactivate same email and over for themselves when they opting in maybe 1 or 2 times the same form. But generally just leave that no. And categories, you can make any categories for this, and I highly recommend you actually create a category for the automation based on a targeted audience, or if it's a tool, or if it's a promo, or if it's a giveaway, whatever it is. Make a categories for that kind of thing, and all you have to do is literally you go in here. As you can see, I created quite a few, and you just go category new, and title we could M5 a auto. I could call this one like so, and just basically save. On automation, categories and tags are the most kind of things that you're gonna use. So the one thing that you gotta remember is literally categories and tags. So let's save this and save and close. So we have a oh, there was a category. So excuse me. Let's go back. So let's go on. I didn't save that. M5A auto, and I'm just going to save this. Obviously you can select that category when we done that. And next thing we're gonna do is literally launch. And now in here you have 2 options. You have one as 2 source options. You have a forms and you have segments. For this campaign, you could select any of them when you got a form. You can select form when people opted in, and you can organize emails. The email organization works just the same for both. If you are just uploading the leads and automating that list, they just works the same. So in our case, we're gonna select a segment, or you could select the form, vice versa, and we're just going to call this one let me see, as I have AG segment somewhere. This one here, I'm just like, this is the kind of test segment, and we just add. And now as you can see, we have automation kind of pane starts in here. and you can see everywhere you're going to go click, we should have this cross coming, and then you have this decision, action, and condition as same as before, didn't change, but it just basically kind of UI changed a little bit, but really. And also you can see now, you can actually get, I can make a campaign and share it with you. You can have that campaign. So you see insert the clone event here, so you can put a name and form if that's what you want, and you insert. But in this case, we're going to just first start off with a simple action, and that action will be basically send this email, this contacts an automated email first. So we're just going to send an email, and that email will be basically not immediately, because this is a list, right? So we upload the list, and we don't want to just send immediately to it. We want to give a little bit of time. But if you want immediate, you just leave it immediate. But the ideal will be when you're uploading list, give yourself a little bit of time to basically send an email to this list that you just uploaded. You know, maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes is really on your discretion. But genuinely, that's kind of good rule of thumb, because sometimes maybe you're still uploading, and if you send and still some of them not uploaded, and you're going to miss, basically. That's the whole idea, basically. Just delay till you know your actually segments are already uploaded, verified and upload, and that task concludes, and you can do it immediate if that's what you want. So to just kind of tell you that. So the name for this campaign, let's call it M5A, something like this, and I'm going to make it alternative period of time, and I'm going to make this not days but in minutes, and let's make in minutes, and let's make this one 15 minutes, something like that. And obviously you just can select each day you want, so this function's not changed, this part is really not changed. And obviously you can see send from, and when you do, when this is working, you can see some of the stuff in here after. So, and also schedule dates is depending on your geolocation, your timing, and whatever, that you can also tune that in here, and you can see send between, from, between hours, and all that different hours of the days you can see. And also obviously you can select specific days to send this, and it's really up to you. If you leave all blank, it just will send, basically select all the days. But if you selected one, let's say just Monday and Tuesday you want to send this, it's really up to you. Or you find out is better to send Wednesday and Friday, you can select this too. It really is up to you, just depending on your target audience and stuff, how you want to run this automation. So when you're done and you send, basically you add the email that you wrote, in my case let's be this, and you leave that as a marketing, as like that in here, as it is kind of labeled up like this. But genuinely you can have it either, and you can select traditional if you want transactional. So if it's first automation and you are just genuinely delivering, let's say first of all thank you page, second of all maybe value, kind of gift or something like that, and first couple of emails you can do that, and also you can do the marketing. In the marketing, so you can have a better attempt. So this time if they didn't open up, because this email is one email or one time email is going out, and we can say, oh, have a 2 attempt, send this 2 times, and that's what you can do when you select in marketing. But normally you just select this, and in transactional, which will be just 1 email, and you add, and that's it. So you have basically started your email scheduling. So the work starts from here now. Is obviously you can also go in here and add a form, and campaign form, and let's say this was my campaign form, I can also add that. So what will happen is basically campaign form will collect it will push the people to the segment, and we can automate that segment. So you know how it works. So vice versa, you can have a form collecting email that you can also, let's say, send an email from here if you want to, but mainly on the contact, if people opted in first, genuinely on the mautic, you use do not contact because they just opted in. And especially if you haven't got, if you got the email, second email going to them to verify email. But I highly recommend to have a kind of, we will look into this maybe next couple of ones when we get into the do not contact, why we use them and how we use them. And just watch out for that. Obviously, when you start the automation, just like I said, it becomes a new workflow. It's literally endless. It's only end when you stop it, guys, or where you stop it. Literally, now you could go on forever to keep email after email, email after email, if that's what you want. And that's basically when you start the automation. So that's lots of like loose end, and also lots of very interesting parts that you need to put together to really run very thorough, targeted, and also basically action-based kind of really email automation. So as more feedback you get from basically, let's say, subscribers or somebody read email, and that's basically through the opted in that you can retune this. And now with mautic 5, you have obviously always had a custom field. You could make custom field your forms that have a GDPR compliance checkbox and can spam checkbox. I don't know, whatever country rules you want to apply on, you could have a checkbox. They have to tick it. When they tick that, you don't have to this time send a second email as a confirmation email. They already confirm it on the form that they want to receive your next email, and that's how basically you get your double opt-in. And that's, you have all that basically available, and we will get into that basically next few videos on this automation, as we will be continuing and doing them till you guys get a grasp of it. And also, I love to kind of, again, if you want to do it and you want to jump on one of the room and just basically be there, and we share our screens and we do it and build the things with you, so you can follow along. And that being said, guys, we will continue this video again tomorrow, and where we left, and which is we will left. So we have two sources that we can automate, and we will have set up our first email. So the next email, and with further automation and some of the tricks, well as the other related stuff that we will do and add on, and just watch along. And it's going to be really interesting next few videos when it comes to automation. Of course, anything you want to know about how to automation runs, all you have to do is YouTube it, say how to run email automation on mautic 5, and you will find some kind of tutorial, not many there yet, but they will be. And obviously, if you know already used mautic before, any version of it, it's not much of a change when it comes to the automation. It's just enhanced and some new basically tokenizing based on actions and stuff, which is pretty awesome when it comes to the, really, you want to know when you're running automation if it's actually running well and if it's kind of producing something or not, and you can tune all that pretty well, and we will see some more example of it in the next few videos. And that being said, I wish you all wonderful evening and happy sending, and I will be uploading and sending email for this evening as I haven't done. And before we go, and let's just basically save this. We will continue tomorrow and close the builder, and our basically our campaign is done. If we look in here now, we have this, and if I switch it on, basically it will run that basically kind of tiny bit of contact that I have in there, but right now we switched off. So that being said, once more, join us in Meet No Limit Emails Hangout, and if you guys are there, I will be there just a second. Let me in. I will knock on the door. Thank you. And I will see you all over that side. And let's have a little bit more in-depth discussion about really mautic 5 and email automation over that side, and well as some other stuff. Come and join us in a conversation. Bring your baby with you. We love to have a little bit of feedback from you and a chat with you openly. Join us. Take care, and I will see everyone tomorrow, same time, same place.